Okay, this is super weird. This is our last show.
42 weeks when...
Where did the time go?
I know. We are coming back in September.
Yes, we are.
And we have a lot to get to on the show. I want to throw out a hey-ho to my friends Jim and Barb from Edmonton who are in town visiting. I call them the weather whisperers.
Okay.
Because the weather can be brutal here, pouring rain forever. And then Jim and Barb show up and the skies part and suddenly it's beautiful.
So they weren't in Jasper.
Well, that's the thing. So the weather here is getting nice tomorrow. But look at what is going on in Jasper. There's some video, actually, of they had 55 centimeters of snow. There were roads closed. There were 60 travelers who were stranded.
The Coquihalla had a snowfall warning in effect as well, which is always a little bit scary, but apparently we're going to have some hot weather. The forecast is for dry and hot this summer. I mean, we just got to prepare ourselves. So I'll take the rain when we can get it. Yeah,
it's global warming and we have El Nino coming back. And at the end of the day, this is potentially going to be a terrible wildfire season in BC. It's already, I think, been the worst ever in Alberta.
Oh, for sure.
So
in
buckle
Canada.
up, folks.
So let's start on a positive. Let's move on from that and talk about the viewing party pictures. We're going to have these all throughout the show today because you inundated us last week. It's so great. Let's get to it. Who's up first?
Well, we're going to go to Barbie and Ed Zip in Victoria, who's got their pussycat in the front.
Oh, so
love
good.
that. Kitty Clyde, because so many of our viewers have pets.
I love this one. Kathy, Ryan, Skippy. Look at Skip-a-doo-dah.
Yeah, he's actually paying attention.
Yeah,
we have
a
Gordon
girl.
Linda in, I don't even know how to say it, Maziaden. I don't know.
Maziaden Lake?
Yeah,
let's go with that. How about Lake Cowichan? Douglas. Hi, Douglas. We love you right back.
And Elisa as well. Hello. Thank you so much watching from Abbotsford.
Hi, Lisa.
We appreciate everybody who's been watching us over the past 42 weeks.
Even those who rage watch us. We love you too, because coming up on Steele Vance, we're going to trigger the trolls in a big way. Linda, you're going to talk about the subject that people say you're not allowed to talk about, which is what we do here.
The Surrey policing debacle. I know you're all tired of it. Nobody's more tired of it than me. My husband is the chief. We'll talk about that, blah, blah, blah.
Rob Shaw's coming on.
Anyway, it just was just got super inflamed this week. And the mayor of Surrey really does not want the Surrey Police Service.
That was quite the press conference.
Determined to stay with the RCMP. Rob Shaw is CHEK's political guy, and he's going to weigh in with what he thinks is going to happen.
We'll call him Handsome Rob. Look at that picture, Rob Shaw. Way to go. He's going to join us to talk all things Surrey policing and how it affects the rest of us in the province. Also, Mayor of Vancouver, Ken Sim, he promised us that he would come back and join us for our season finale, and he will be here in studio.
Yeah, we got a lot of things to talk about. Housing, he's pretty optimistic. A lot of people are not. But we're also going to talk about, what's going on with beautification, how to revitalize Granville Street.
Jericho Lands, downtown East Side. Would he do that tent removal cleanup the same way as he did? Now looking back on it. Also, we're going to talk about trolling. Did you hear about this story? You did, Linda. Yeah,
it's wrong. This is a BC school trustee who for years was posing as a guy online and trolling parents. That is not okay and is so far resisting calls to quit.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk to a social media expert about that, Jesse Miller, and about what do you do, if you're caught in the same situation where somebody's trolling you.
This was a New West Anchor story. Our friend Rhea Renouf broke this story, and we're going to expand on it. And do you know how to deal with a troll? We'll get into that as well. But right now, it's time for...
Hot headlines. Everybody has been following for the past couple of days the story about the submersible that was going down to try to see the remains of the Titanic and then lost contact. We've all been on the edge of our seat wondering, are they going to get to them in time before their oxygen runs out? And then today, some really grim news.
Grim news that the debris field was found near the wreckage of the Titanic, right near the bow. That there was a catastrophic malfunction at some point. And pieces of the fuselage that we see there, as an example, were found. So no expectation of anybody being able to survive.
Which is horrifying for the families, everybody who loved these people. I hope it was quick. I hope they didn't know. That would be a better scenario than, we're out of air, out of contact.
Hasn't that been? It's been kind of like the kids that were trapped in the cave. And it kind of was like that claustrophobic feeling, oh my gosh, feeling for them. So our thoughts going to the families of those who, though, risk their lives doing something that they felt. It's kind of like climbing to the top of Everest, going to those depths, taking that risk.
I guess so. And there
real.
was a father-son. There was a teenager on
I don't
that
even want to think
vessel.
about it.
I know,
can't even.
terrible.
I can't even.
There was some bad news here as well. We had a horrific murder outside of a temple, a Sikh temple in Surrey. A temple leader, Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who was gunned down in his vehicle. RCMP are searching for 2 men, heavy-set men seen running away from the scene. There was another flaming vehicle. Nobody's quite sure what it's all about. And so far as we speak, nobody arrested.
Somebody knows something, and this is an opportunity to hit Crime Stoppers with your anonymous tip. This is just, it's horrifying to think that happened right here.
It totally is. We also have to talk about something that has gripped the nation over the past really year and some, and that is the potential for unmarked graves at residential schools and other facilities. Well, now there are denialists.
This is unbelievable.
Some nutcases showed up at the residential school in Kamloops with shovels. Well, darn it, we're going to dig and see if we can find anything, because they don't really believe that there are bodies there. First of all, that's disgusting.
It's disgusting. Well, let's think about this, because that apple orchard is sacred ground. It is territory of the Tecumloops to Shewepnik, and they are protecting it, and they're going to search it, and they're going to look for the truth. To go there and to just to desecrate that area is unbelievable. It just makes me. And
it's true, there's a lot of questions, and we don't understand how does that ground penetrating radar work and all the rest of it. This just interestingly came up, and it was a story coming out of Edmonton, where I'm originally from. The Council Hospital site, there was also potentially believed to be Indigenous people buried at that site, and so a big developer paid for them to excavate to see, because the ground penetrating radar determined there might be some bodies there. It turned out there were no bodies in that particular location, which doesn't mean there are no bodies, and it doesn't negate
we listen to the stories of the people, for sure.
Schools.
We were listening to people who said that we were being gouged with bread prices. Remember Steele Vance being on with us a couple of times talking about how it's taken years and there's been no resolution? Well, Canada Bread agrees to a $50 million fine for their role in bread price fixing in the scandal. So $50 million, where does that go? To the government, not to the people that got scammed.
We talked about that, I think.
But we talked about that with fuel. Yeah, we got $25 gift cards each. So that doesn't fix it. But the fact that the collusion, we talked about this with gas prices last week.
Telecoms.
We need there to be some serious consequences, not just here for the billion-dollar company to peel off a couple extra.
And besides which, that's gross. You're going to screw over Canadians to make more money on bread. Here's another thing. So we had a problem with Ozempic, which is a drug used for people with type 2 diabetes, but it also has this great benefit of making you lose weight. So American patients have been coming to BC in droves to about tens of thousands of prescriptions for Ozempic.
Yeah.
So the government stepped in, the province said, nope, now you have to come and get it in person. Guess what? The number of prescriptions dropped 99%. There was one doctor out of Nova Scotia who was prescribing all this stuff. He's had his license suspended.
Well, good.
I know,
it should be worse. One last note about WestJet.
Yeah, well, they have now decided that they're going to absorb Swoop and Sunwing, so those low-cost airlines are gone. And a lot of industry experts are saying, well, you know what that means?
More cost to the
prices are going to go up for everyone. How many bazillions of low-cost airlines have there been over the years in Canada?
I mean,
tons of them.
What's coming up on this packed Steele and Vance season finale?
It is a battle royale over policing in one of BC's biggest cities. Will the province Bigfoot a furious mayor? Grab the popcorn. We're going to take you to the BC legislature.
Rage Watch next.